Hello again, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. Welcome back to the third segment of the C7 paint restoration project we have going. I completed the roof, the pillars, and the run all the way back here on the back hatch. It turned out very good. We have a lot of the imperfections removed. It looks like glass. We can continue on. Let's jump to the front clip. I would like to get the front clip done in this segment here. And I'm going to try and edit as much as I can so I don't bore the hell out of some of you while leaving most of the important parts in. So some of you guys that are just getting into this can pick up enough nuggets to get it done on your own. And here's one of them right here. The front end here is very jagged. There are a lot of peaks and edges and contours. If you're not comfortable with the polisher or the liquid or the pads, hey, protect them, protect your backside. I'm going to show you right here, you don't need to have a ton of polishers. In the series before, I was showing you all the different sizes of polishers and pads and backing plates you can purchase out there, but you don't need them. You can get the job done with this here is a 5-inch backing plate and pad. I'm working on just a 2.5-inch surface. And I'm going to try and give you a couple angles of this, but all you have to do is keep the polisher speed low, the pressure low, and keep the polisher level on the panel you're working on. If you're not quite sure you're there yet, that's where the practice panels from a local body shop and set up some horses and get some panels that are hard clear coat, soft clear coat, and that's where that practice and experience will come in. As you can see here from the front angle, I am working that little ledge, 2.5 inches with a 5.5-inch backing plate and pad, but it's level, it's fluid. I'm not jerking the polisher back and forth. The speed is down on the 2.5 speed setting, and pressure, as you can see, my left hand here is just guiding the polisher, making sure it is level. When I'm confident that ledge is corrected to where I want it to be, I'll come forward and grab the ledge in front of that goes from 2.5 inches all the way up to 6 inches wide. You don't need to switch out to 3 or 4 different types of polishers. You can take care of it with one backing plate and one pad. Okay, the worst of it was up here. There were a lot of marks, which could have been belt buckle marks or even zipper marks from the owner checking the oil or filling the oil or changing the oil, whatever it was. There were a lot of marks up here. Let's wipe off the residue and see what we have left. Again, keep in mind, if you haven't been following the series, we're just cutting with 3D1 on this hard, stubborn clear coat here. So very impressive job by 3D1. Yet again, I can't stress enough how much that will help you. I found that by accident just testing, as one of you guys recommended 3D1, and I really wasn't a big fan of the spider pads. I'm still not. You don't see me using really anything else from 3D, but 3D1 and 3D ACA are they are a staple here when it comes to paint correction. So I did find a couple spots left over that the 3D1 couldn't take care of, and that's been happening. So I'll come back then and correct that with 3000 grit and, of course, the Trizact disc. All right, that'll take care of the top half of the fender. Let's finish the rest. Not quite as bad. Just some love marks and some staining and etching. And unfortunately, I did find some deeper ones on the side here as well, but we'll get them. And if you haven't taken notice, paint correction, clear coat, protection, coatings, PPF, that's our staple here. I absolutely love it. I could do this all day long, day in, day out. It's therapy to me. I don't know if it's therapy to you guys. Let me know down in the comments section. It's just so peaceful for me, not only just the motions going through it, but also the results then are very, they're so satisfying when you can turn around a car that's been through hell already early in its lifetime. It doesn't matter really what kind of car it is. The turnaround and the actions going through the motions. I mean, the labor isn't intensive. After a long day, I do feel it sometimes after 14, 16 hours. But let me know down in the comments section what gets you guys after a long day of detailing. For me, it's the back. But other than that, a day will go by quickly. Music is a huge part of the shop. We have the music blaring, and before you know it, I'll look up and it's 6, 7 o'clock at night, and it's time to get to the YouTube part of my business. Of course, we're now finishing the fender. We're using a dual action polisher and a light polishing pad from Max Shine. And if you just joined the series, we are using Total Essential 1 from Tax Systems. Since we are using one of their coatings, Climax, we are using Essential to not only finish but lay down a base layer for that coating. So it's going to be the base foundation for the protection we're laying down on the Corvette here. With the residue removed, I can grab you guys and bring you in close so we can take a look. And we'll see it's at 97, 98%. The 3% of what's left over, the imperfections, are rock chips and some scratches that are too deep to chase after, some even through the clear coat. You know, it's not worth putting the base coat in jeopardy to chase perfection, where nobody's going to really see it anyways unless they get down at a certain angle with the right amount of natural light. One thing you want to do, guys, and I haven't stressed this so far in the series, but clean the pads if you can between every pass. If you have a little brush like I'm going to show you here, this is a dedicated pad cleaner brush. If you just have that, brush the pads, then clean it with a microfiber, an older one. If you have access to forced air, blow them off. If you're in a shop, you could put something like this together for just a little over $100. It was an old blast cabinet, bench blaster. And I put it on a cart. I have a vac underneath where I have it attached to the bottom. I can turn the vac on, clean off the pad. All that dust goes down into the vac. We don't have to breathe that in. That is some dangerous, nasty stuff to be breathing in if you're blowing it off in a shop environment. Pad's all cleaned up. We're ready to get back to work. I'm just using this one pad to get all the way through the car, through the correction. A lot of you ask how many pads I use. Sometimes 1, 2, or 3. Most of the time, never more than 3 pads, but I'm often cleaning the ones that I'm using between every pass or every panel at the most. Keeping the pads clean will keep you from having extra work, as you could put pigtails in the paint if you're working on softer paint, as you have clumps of used compounds and polishes building up within the pads. You don't want that. You want to clean them out. So we have the top of this hood, which was in some really bad shape, just like the rest of the car, and we have all of those imperfections removed except for a couple spots, and you're going to see me grabbing that again with the Trizac discs. All right, let's finish off with Total One Essential. All right, with the residue removed, we can come in and I'll bring you in to take a look. This is as far as I'm going to take the clear coat down here. This is a part of the car facing the sun, and it is black. So if you look to the left of the fender, that's what it did look like, and this is what it looks like now. Some rock chips there, which I'll take care of at a later time. That's going to be a couple day project as I fill, wait to dry, sand, fill, wait to dry. It's a tedious process, but the best way to fix those ugly chip marks. Okay, we saw what the fender looked like. Let's come in. Do we make improvement? Does it match the hood now? And indeed, yes. Just like again, 98%, 2% of those are scratches that are too deep or some rock chips. All right, we're flying along nicely now. I just need to take care of this front bumper to finish the whole front clip. Then what we have left over is the driver's side door, passenger side door, 2 quarter panels. The back bumper, I'll take care of that when I remove it to install the diffusers, blackout kit, and wicker bill spoiler. And that's going to wrap. We should be able to wrap everything up in the very next video. Ceramic coating and everything. Cutting portion is finished. All the ugly imperfections removed. Just have a little bit of hazing to clear up. No problem at all. And that's it. That will take care of the entire front clip as I bring you in close to take a look at the front bumper. That will wrap this video up. Again, I want to mention I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you have any questions or comments or any suggestions as to things you want to see in upcoming videos, let me know down in the comments section. If you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when we have new videos.